What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick, and it is time to talk about another little bit of K-pop news, and that is that Zion.T is leaving Amoeba Culture at the end of his contract, and he is going to be signing with YG Entertainment. Not specifically YG Entertainment, though, because when I first saw this, that was really the only thing that I had. I'd only gone off of news article headlines, basically. That was my information when I first was like, what? That's crazy. Why would he do that? That's not particularly a good thing. But, I stopped for a minute. I thought about it, and I read some articles, and he's not specifically signing with YG Entertainment. He's signing with the independent sub-label or whatever that is being run or whatever by Teddy and Kush, who are both YG producers, I think, something like that. They are involved in the production of YG Entertainment music in one form or another, and they have made their own label, or YG has helped them make their own entertainment company. And as far as I know, Zion.T is the first artist that has signed with them, and that is definitely much more exciting than my first thought was. And honestly, right, so the first thought was, and this is a big thing that happens in like any genre of music all over the world, where an artist who people the fans obviously think that they're really, really good, they go and they sign a contract with a bigger company that will give them more resources to promote and grow and become bigger and make more money and make a living, because that's why we do things, is to that's part of the reason why we do things, is to do things that we like and to make a living off of it. So when a group moves up in status from a small company or from small time low recognition to being more recognized, the fans that were there when they didn't have as much notoriety or as much fame and recognition go like, oh well, you sold out, you're just chasing the money now. And my first thought was kind of along those lines, is where like, Zion.T signed with Amoeba Culture. They're not really the biggest company in the world. They don't have their connections and influence in the industry is definitely not quite on the same level that YG Entertainment has. And he moved from there to, like, again, from the headlines that I saw, to signing with YG Entertainment. I was like, well, Zion.T doesn't specifically need to do that. This might be a bad thing for him. Or actually, I should say the only thing that could come out of this is bad. Zion.T is good. I don't really see how he could get, not specifically how he couldn't get any better, but how his situation from changing companies could get any better. The only thing that I see is a downside to that. And, I still see downsides, but now with more information on where he's actually gone and what he's going to do, there's definitely much more, opportunity. And of course, the more that I thought about it, this is also just a much better thing for him to do as far as his career, because, like I said, Amoeba Culture, they're well known. They have a pretty, good name in K-pop or, that Korean music industry, the mainstream sort of stuff. He himself is very well known along with Crush, and that's great. Zion.T himself has featured in songs with, Psy, IU. I just blanked on who that was. I was about to say Lehigh, but IU. Who else? Zico. He's featured in a bunch of other songs from other K-pop idols, and those people are very, 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 very well known, and it's a thing, and this could be something that he does more often, because being with YG, he obviously has very, very good ins to be promoting or featuring on songs. I would think that the best fit, or that he would do most with some of the icon songs, definitely Winner would be a group that he would fit in with really, really well. Who knows, he might feature on anything else. I mean, he and Lehigh, think about that for a second. Zion.T and Lehigh would be just amazing. I think that would be fantastic. But overall, like I said, when I initially saw this news, I was like, there can be nothing but bad that comes out of this. At the very best, nothing is going to change with Zion.T. But thinking about it, this is going to be, I think, a net positive at the end of the day. He's going to have a company that's got more power, more influence, more connections to, push him and his music in a direction and get it to more people and just, spread the love that Zion.T's music is, and to more people. And that's good. And the fact that he signed with a sub label or an independent label that's really closely associated with YG means that he's gonna be free of the YG influence, where they make pop music, whereas obviously Amoeba Culture isn't so much focused on making the pop music, but they're doing the R&B and the hip hop and the whatever sort of stuff that is that they do. So signing with the sub label, definitely he still gets that that small company freedom and control over the creative aspect of the music, that if he wants to have any of that. But he also gets a lot of resources and expert opinion and input and feedback and help and all that stuff from very, very successful producers, and just the company's money that will be backing him to promote his music. So overall, it's interesting. We'll see how it plays out. He's already collaborated with a bunch of other YG artists before. He covered I think was it Icon or Winner song? I don't remember specifically what song it was that was leading up to their comeback this year. So he's already worked a lot with YG Entertainment over the last 6 months at the very least, and he will probably work with them a significant amount more in the future from this point on. So super exciting. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, because when I first saw the headlines, I was like, he's sold out. And I hate that argument. I hate it when people say that in music, because being a sellout is not bad. You're doing it to make a living so that you can live comfortably and make music. That's just the way it goes, because money is king in everything that you do, right? Money rules the world. You can't just be like, do it because you love it. At some point you have to do it because you love it, and also make money so that you can live comfortably. So I'm very, very, very reluctant to go and say that Zion.T in this situation or any other artist in the world has sold out because they've gone and looked for an opportunity that's going to make, or took an opportunity that's going to make them more money in the long term. So like I said, interesting. It's going to play out really, really interesting, and very, it's going to, like I said, it's going to be I can't even get this thought out properly. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out over the next year or so, or however long it's going to take. But I think it's going to be awesome either way that it goes. So I want to know what you think about this news and this move and stuff like that. Put your thoughts down in the comments. What were your initial reactions? Did you stop and think about it for a minute like I did? And did you change your opinions? Whatever it was, let me know in the comments. You can also, send me your thoughts on Twitter or Facebook. I got links to my profiles and all that stuff in the description box below. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Actually, I think that's really, really kind of, that whole style there is really reminiscent to, unless I'm getting my genres completely wrong, but it's really reminiscent to jazz, where you've got people who are like, they fit in, they kind of play, but they do have that, or blues or something like that, where, they have the